Ooh, that's right, boys. I'm opening Pandora's box. We're going all in. Listen, I know there's going to be a lot of hate comments down in the YouTube comment section, and that's okay. Just no personal attacks on anybody, all right? Listen, Master Duel players, you can flame Duel Links players, you can flame Master Duel players. That's all right, okay? We're going to be talking about Master Duel and Duel Links, which game is better. That's right. And fun little video, of course. These are all my opinions. Doesn't mean you have to share my opinions. You can have your own opinions as well. I am going to be doing this off of a 5-star rating. So I'm going to be assigning 5 points into a bunch of different categories that what I think makes a good Yu-Gi-Oh game, a good video game in general, and we'll kind of go down the list and total up how many points each category earns to kind of have somewhat of a fair estimate into which game is better. And hey, maybe we'll just keep doing this video every couple months whenever they make a massive update to either game and see what's improved, what's changed, etc., etc., etc. First topic to talk about: accessibility. Now, what do I mean? Accessibility in terms of how easy the game is to play, how easy it is to get into it, how free to play is it, how beginner friendly is it, etc., etc., etc. How easy is it for me to play your game versus, downloading it, whatever the case may be. I put Master Duel at a 4 here, maximum being 5, gave it a 4. Duel Links, I gave it a 2. And here are my reasonings. Master Duel is, of course, available on more platforms. You can play it on console, you can play it on phones, you can play it on PC. The only real downside that I have on Master Duel in terms of where you can play it is they're not all necessarily optimized. PC, of course, has the best performance, and then phone, it just varies wildly. I have a Pixel 4, and it runs like shit on my Pixel 4. Not that it runs like shit, it's just there's so much delay in between cards. There's a weird thing for it, and a lot of people have, too many people have recorded that the mobile version does not work that well, enough to essentially dink it a point. But everything else, the crafting system makes it, very easy to get into for new players. The tutorial system is whatever. That's why we're here as the community guiders. The only thing you can ding points off for Master Duel is the not so optimized version of the game on other things other than PC. Duel Links, on the other hand, the new player experience is rough. There's no crafting system in the game. It's extremely pay to win. The decks go out of meta in like sometimes 2 weeks to 2 months. It's very quickly that you lose meta decks. So in terms of how easy is it to play the game, not so much. The only real thing it has going for it is both the mobile and Steam version run pretty smoothly outside of server issues that the game has. But in terms of actually being a new player and getting into it, it is rough out here. And it doesn't help that the game is constantly pushing, shitty anime decks that that don't have a crazy anime skill at you, which does bring the accessibility score down because you'll end up buying those decks rather than, real meta decks. Next up, we're going to be talking about, boom, the graphics. Graphics, I gave Master Duel a maximum of 5, while Duel Links, I gave a 3. This one people might argue about a little bit, but I personally love the graphical fidelity of Master Duel, from its royal finish cards to its boards and how the boards are constantly changing when you swing into them, to the mates, to even like the summon of the boss monsters. Some people may prefer the graphics in Duel Links for those summons, but I heavily prefer Master Duel. I think the way the bosses show up with their card art, some of them look lame, but a lot of them look sick as fuck. And with the most recent update, they added a whole bunch of generic cards and staple cards. They gave them in-game animations like Call by the Grave and stuff, and I think those look absolutely amazing. Meanwhile, in Duel Links, really graphically, it just kind of looks like a dated game at this point. Obviously, it was made for phones first. Prismatics have always looked like dog shit. It's literally tiny squares. You can see the lines on PC and on your phone. If you have a good phone, on my phone, I can see the little tiny lines that separate all the prismatic cards. The UI is old. The character models are just ripped straight from other video games. The 3D animations, I personally am not a fan of. There are a couple really good 3D animation ones in there, like the Dark Side Dimension Blue Eyes, but then you have Lava Golem or Winged Dragon of Ra that are extremely dated and need to be revamped because it looks terrible. Duel Links has not aged very well, in my opinion. But, I mean, at least it still runs very well, right? It can run on terrible phones and whatnot. So I'll give it a pass at 3 for now. Let's talk about sound, music, etc. Master Duel, I gave it a 3. What is going on? Doesn't Master Duel have amazing sound quality? Doesn't it have amazing music? It does, but it doesn't really get updated because, well, I don't know because why, but there's not a lot of variation of it. It's all pretty much the same. The music is beautiful the first time you hear it, but then you get tired of hearing it so much, so you just want to mute the damn thing, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, in Duel Links, I think the sound, the music design is the best part of Duel Links right now, dude. We get so many new tracks, and some of them are on par even with the Master Duel track theme. The Yugioh theme, have you heard the Yugioh theme? It is absolutely beautiful. It is a track that you would expect to see in Master Duel of how beautiful it is. I think sound, regardless of hardware design, is always something that is easy to replicate, I guess, regardless of what your hardware is. So that's why you find sound in Duel Links, you know, kind of superior, and it's only superior because there's just more of it, right? The individual songs between Master Duel and Duel Links are the same. It's just right now, because there's just so much more of it, and every time a new character comes out, there's even more of it coming out, and the music is always just a banger, from the Carly theme to the Leo and Luna to, you know, they're all amazing. So you got to give it to Duel Links, I feel, for sound design. Next up, we got format in terms of how the game is played. This is a personal opinion, and I know this is a personal opinion, but I prefer the speed duel format with the skills and everything over the master rule format. It's not to say that I dislike the master rule format, but I do feel like the master rule format, you know, there's a reason it's gone through so many different master rules, right? Between link summoning, and now they took away link summoning. We don't know if there's going to be a new mechanic or whatnot. It's no surprise that the people who play Duel Links enjoy playing Duel Links because the actual format of Master Rule is just so far gone. And on top of that, the ban list. I heavily prefer how the ban list is dealt with in Duel Links over Master Duel. Granted, they don't fully use the Duel Links ban list as they should. If they were a little bit more aggressive with their ban list, I think it would be the preferred way by most people to do ban lists. But it is my heavily preferred way of playing the game. Definitely the speed duel format over the advanced format. Then current metagame. Oh my goodness. The current metagame in both games is total dog shit. This category will probably change the most because current meta is always going to end up changing. And they are both terrible in their own way. I think Master Duel is in a horrible state right now with the Adventurer engine DPE kind of taking over everything and floodgates all over in side deck events. And then Duel Links right now is essentially 2 decks and then a whole bunch of rogue decks, and you know all have paywalled cards. They're all, you know, today we had a tournament where people were main decking floodgates just because there was so many of the 2 main decks in the tournament. So I don't currently, I heavily believe that both metas are just currently really, really, really terrible, and I hope that they both improve in the near future. That does give us a total of 17 for both, so I decided, you know what? We're going to have a community tiebreaker for 1 more extra point. That's the community tournaments we hold, and that easily goes to Duel Links right now. Duel Links has way more tournament signups for community tournaments in GG Tour, has way more community tournament signups for our general day-to-day tournaments, and in general, there seems to be kind of a lull when it comes to playing Master Duel, be it because of Duelist Cup, be it because of being tired of the current metagame, be it because the game hasn't had a serious content update in such a long time, or there's so many long content updates between time, or it could just be DLE attracts more Duel Links players in general as a channel. I'm not really sure what the answer is, but regardless, our Duel Links community tournaments have been doing better than the Master Duel ones, and it kind of just goes without saying that they win the tiebreaker in that regard. That's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Which game do you prefer right now? Which game do you think is better? How would you rate each category? Is there something I should rate that I am completely overlooking in both games when I'm, you know, Comparing both games, go for it. Remember, you can trash talk if you want, trash talk the games, but don't trash talk each other, please, down in the comments. Be nice, be civil, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, boys. Peace.